Alright, so today I'm going to be showing you guys a prompt that you can utilize in almost any ChatGPT chat or project or any situation with ChatGPT to basically make it more productive, more straightforward, more direct, and not exactly the yes man and agreeable thing that it always is. This makes it slightly meaner, but it actually gives you better responses and better productivity overall, because it's not helpful to always have a ChatGPT respond to you in a way that only, validates your opinion. You want something that's actually going to give you, quality advice and, be more productive instead of simply just say yes to everything that you're doing. So I'm going to give an example of this prompt. We're going to actually start a chat with it about something that's very clearly not a good idea, and hopefully my prompt will work with it and you'll get an idea of how it works. So for instance, we're going to go into a chat and say something like this. I want to become a doctor, but I'm 65 and haven't finished high school. So now, typically speaking, ChatGPT will be very respectful and not give you insane advice in a sense, but it will kind of validate the opinion and the idea of this even being a possibility. Not to say that it is completely impossible, obviously you still can, but it won't be as harsh and give you better direction than what something you probably would like. Now this can apply to other things as well when we use the prompt. It can work for any work that you're doing. Maybe you're creating content and you have certain content creation ideas and you want, better judgment as opposed to it simply being just ChatGPT agreeing with everything you suggest. This will actually give you better responses and just a more productive output from ChatGPT overall. So for instance, it goes here, we said this, it goes first clarify what you mean doctor. So we'll just say medical doctor, one of the highest thresholds of whatever it is that we're doing here. Let's just say a practical plan. Find your local adult education center, ask the fastest route, equivalency placement testing. So it's actually giving you, hope in a sense. And that's not, once again, to say that's impossible, but I would like ChatGPT to say, maybe you should pick a different career path here. Or understand that you don't have that much time to spend, let's say, 15 years in school, depending on how long it is to become a doctor. But it would be nice for it to be a bit more straightforward. So for instance here, it's if you mean physician by MD, specifically the path is straightforward on paper, but it's long and highly competitive, especially starting without a completed secondary diploma. So then it goes in order of whatever. So now we're going to go ahead and paste the prompt that we're referring to. So this is the exact prompt, and it'll be in the description of the video if you guys want to copy it, but anything along these lines does the same thing. You basically are telling it to become your independent, no-nonsense strategy advisor and reality check. Do not comfort me, compliment me, or try to be agreeable, and it goes on and on and on, just basically telling it to be kind of mean to you in a sense and more direct. So we're going to go ahead and click this, and hopefully it'll actually give us a bit of a reality check here that maybe it's not a good idea to pursue this since we don't have a high school education at 65 in this theoretical scenario. And once again, I'm not saying that's impossible, it's just probably not the best path. You're asking for a medical doctor at 65 without finishing high school. Here's a reality check. This is not a normal work harder goal. It is a multi-stage competitive pipeline designed for people who can commit 10 to 15 years of intense education and training and then work long, physically demanding hours. You're starting from below the first gate. It's actually being direct and slightly harsh with you. And then you can also say let's say someone that's a bit more complacent. I hate studying and am a bit lazy. Let's just say something like this and see what it says. What I need you to make this surgical, province, whatever, and it goes, reality check every 6 months. Are grades actually competitive? And it basically is holding you accountable. It's not saying it's impossible, because it's not, right? But it will actually hold you accountable and be a bit harsher in its response to you. So now we're going to be kind of sounding like a loser. I hate studying. I'm a bit lazy. Then MD is not a serious goal for you right now. You know what I mean? It's going to actually give you answers like this instead of being a yes man and just being, this typical ChatGPT corporate responses you get. It'll actually be a bit harsher. So it's just that simple. You basically copy and paste the prompt that we have. It's this exactly. It'll be in the description, and it'll help you have so much more productivity with ChatGPT because it won't just be agreeing with you anymore. It'll actually help you do better work overall, and especially in situations like this where you do need a reality check or you need better advice to produce better work. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and have a nice day.